Hello everyone, here's your daily dose of prophecy for December 12th, 2024. Consider the following. In Genesis chapter 12 and again in chapter 13, God promises the entirety of the land of Canaan to Abraham, then known as Abram. In Genesis 17, God reiterates that promise. 2 times in this passage, God uses the word everlasting, both in reference to the possession of the land and to the covenant itself. So why is this dual use important? Well, in Genesis 41, Joseph defines for us the significance of a message that is doubled. The message is established by God, and God will surely bring it to pass. One more thing. The Bible also makes clear that Isaac, and not Ishmael, is the son of the promise. So how does this relate to Bible prophecy today? Well, Donald Trump has made a potential misstep in his appointment of Massad Boulos as his Middle East advisor. Unlike several of Trump's other appointees, Mr. Boulos seems to favor the creation of a Palestinian state. And progress toward that Palestinian state appears to be a prerequisite for bringing Saudi Arabia into completely normalized relations with Israel as a member of the so-called Abraham Accords. So will President Trump follow the counsel of his advisor? Before answering, it should also be noted that Israeli President Benjamin Netanyahu opposes the establishment of a Palestinian state. Likewise, Mike Huckabee, Trump's appointee as ambassador to Israel, also opposes its establishment. In fact, Mike Waltz, Elise Stefanik, Marco Rubio, and many other of the president-elect's choices for key positions also oppose the creation of a Palestinian state. But do you know who else opposes it? God. And it is his absolute sovereign right to oppose it. For as the Psalms tell us, the earth is the Lord's, and everything in it. God has promised the entirety of that land to Abraham and his seed through Isaac as an everlasting possession. And it is an offense to the name of Abraham and an affront to the God of all the earth to put Abraham's name on any agreement that requires a divided Israel. As we've said in previous editions, it was the proposed creation of a Palestinian state in the so-called deal of the century that derailed Donald Trump's first presidency. And the entire world suffered under pandemic and 4 years of Joe Biden as a result. If the choice must be made between an undivided Israel and an agreement with Saudi Arabia, we must choose Israel. Any other choice will most certainly bring down the consequences of God's displeasure upon our heads. According to Ezekiel 38 and 39, Saudi Arabia is destined to abandon Israel in her time of need anyhow. Unfortunately, there is no evidence that we do any better, because, according to Scripture, those who are not part of the attack make nothing more than a token objection without getting involved. But there are no neutral positions when it comes to God. Jesus tells us in Matthew 12, "He who is not with me is against me, and he who does not gather with me scatters." Every single one of us will be judged according to this standard, and you cannot claim to be gathered with Jesus while hating his brethren and dividing the land where God has chosen to put his own name. As God has said, "I will bless those who bless you, and the one who curses you, I will curse." Dear President Trump, which of those will you choose to be? Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow with your next Daily Dose of Prophecy.